Good afternoon. I'm 14 First Alert meteorologist Arden Gregory here with your afternoon streaming show. We're going to start with your forecast, as today is a 14 First Alert weather day, but then Jamie French and Robinson Miles will be on in just a moment with some of your latest news headlines. We're on alert both today and tomorrow for the possibility of some strong to severe thunderstorms. There is a tornado watch in effect for Webster, McLean, Ohio, Hopkins, and Muhlenberg counties, and then that watch stretches off to our southwest, including places like Paducah and then down into northwestern Tennessee there. That watch goes until 8 o'clock tonight. We did have some severe thunderstorms roll through the tri-state this morning, bringing some severe weather to western Kentucky. Those storms have since pushed off to the east now, but now we're keeping an eye on this second round of storms that is just starting to move in. It came out of Missouri and it's now stretching in Illinois down into parts of western Kentucky and into Tennessee. So those are the storms we're now watching moving into the tri-state, and there are a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings just to our southwest right now. So again, we're still mainly dry for the time being, but within the hour, those storms are going to start pushing into the tri-state, and then there's the possibility for severe weather through the rest of this evening and into the first part of tonight. I think the thunderstorm threat will be over by about midnight tonight, though, and tomorrow morning will start out dry. However, we then see another round of scattered showers and thunderstorms moving into the tri-state Saturday afternoon and evening, and then much like today, it tapers off as we go through the night Saturday night and into Sunday morning. Here's a look at our severe weather risk. Most of the tri-state sitting at a level 2 today for scattered severe storms. So a few strong to severe storms certainly possible. Widespread severe weather not expected, but a few severe storms certainly possible. Tomorrow, we're sort of right at the cusp of that level 1 to level 2 threat. So a more isolated chance for severe storms tomorrow, but a chance nonetheless. Looking at the individual threats, we're at a level 1 to level 2 risk for flooding. Most of us sitting at a level 2 risk for wind, level 1 risk for hail, and then right at the cusp of that level 1 to level 2 risk for tornadoes for today. And again, parts of western Kentucky are under a tornado watch for tonight. Moving into tomorrow now, sitting at a level 1 risk for flooding and for hail, mainly on the southern half of the tri-state. Everyone at a level 1 risk for an isolated tornado tomorrow, and then right at the cusp of that level 1 to level 2 risk for damaging wind gusts. So just to summarize, damaging winds, the most likely concern with any storms we get tonight, but very heavy rainfall as well as an isolated tornado certainly possible. And then tomorrow, our overall severe weather risk is more isolated, but heavy rain, hail, tornadoes all still possible, with the most likely threat still being those damaging wind gusts. So if you're going to be out and about, especially later this evening or tomorrow afternoon and evening, you want to make sure you have a reliable way to receive warnings wherever you are. Having the 14 First Alert app and setting that those alerts on with the settings to follow you, so that even if you're away from home, it'll still alert you if there's a warning issued for your location. That's a great way to keep up with the weather, so I highly encourage that. As for our temperatures, upper 70s to low 80s right now. It is warm and kind of muggy out there right now. That's going to feed those thunderstorm chances that are going to start picking up very soon with scattered thunderstorms through this evening. That rain will cool us off back through the 70s this evening, eventually bottoming out in the mid 60s with those thunderstorms possible through the first part of the night, drying out then later tonight and into tomorrow morning. Saturday, we're still on alert. It looks like it'll be dry in the morning, but more thunderstorms possible Saturday afternoon and evening with highs in the lower 80s. There's still an isolated chance of rain then even into Sunday and Monday. Looks like it'll be mainly Sunday night into the day on Monday. We may get some thunderstorms then as well, but I'm not as concerned about the risk of severe weather. There is a level 1 risk for an isolated severe storm on Sunday, but I really think the chances of severe weather will probably stay to our southwest. Then as this whole system slides eastward Sunday into Monday, that risk of severe weather will be focused mainly across the deep south. So while we may get some thunderstorms Sunday night into Monday, it's not a 14 First Alert weather day at this time, because I really think the risk of severe weather will probably pass to our southwest that time around, but We'll continue to monitor it very closely and let you know if that changes. We do remain on alert today and again tomorrow, though, as we've got one round of thunderstorms moving in within the hour and continuing through this evening, and especially across western Kentucky. There is that elevated severe weather risk, including a tornado watch in effect right now, so make sure you have a reliable way to receive warnings through the rest of this evening. And keep in mind, we're still on alert tomorrow evening as well for potentially another round of strong to severe storms Saturday afternoon and evening. And of course, Michael Fecka will be here throughout the weekend bringing you the updates on that. Giving just a quick check in on the comments. Some folks asking if I think the tornado watch could be extended. I would never rule it out, but I think they're probably pretty set with what they have for the time being, as it does look like the greater risk for severe weather will be on the southern end of the tri-state. Some folks reporting some minor damage with those storms that moved through western Kentucky this morning. Again, we did have some severe weather in western Kentucky this morning, but that was not the main event. We're still on alert for more storms moving in now, and then on alert again for more storms tomorrow afternoon and evening. And as far as timing, across the entire tri-state, these will be moving in within the next couple of hours. So for those of you farther to the southwest, places like Union, Gallatin County, those storms are just knocking at your door right now. Places farther to the east, Owensboro, Jasper, may not get to you until closer to 5 o'clock or so, but still within the next couple of hours, those storms are going to start rolling in across the entire tri-state. So I hope that answers your questions. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Michael Fecka will have your forecast 4, 5, and 6, and he'll be back with the 14 First Alert Weather Show later tonight. So keep it tuned to 14 News for all of your weather updates as we go through the rest of this 14 First Alert Weather Day. Robinson Miles and Jamie French will be back in just a moment with some of your latest news headlines.
Breaking right now, a shutdown on I-69.
Stay connected to the team you trust your way.
We have a safety alert for all of you moms and dads out there.
Get breaking news and investigations here on the 14 News app.
Storms rolling into the tri-state.
Get instant forecasts and real-time weather alerts here on the 14 First Alert Weather app.
And stream live on your TV here or watch anytime on your schedule.
We're covering breaking news.
Indiana State.
Stay connected to 14 News wherever you are.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us for our afternoon weather update. I'm Jamie French.
And I'm Robinson Miles. Of course, we're excited to have all of you here, especially because the 84 of you currently watching are my favorites.
Absolutely.
We actually have a couple really cool and interesting stories to tell you about today, so let's go ahead and just jump right into it. First is that we got an announcement today of new transitional housing for women in Evansville. And this is going to be called Nina's Place.
Yeah, that's right. This is located right across from the House of Bread and Peace shelter here in Evansville. This was all created by Echo Housing, and it's specifically for women, only women, who are exiting an emergency shelter. So this would be their next step. So it's going to provide them, sort of a place to go and recover. They can only stay there for 2 years. It's sort of just a structured housing place, and there's some resources there as well for those women.
Now, the officials have said that part of their goal with this is for it to be a transitionary space. We do have some women's crisis shelters in the tri-state already, and the focus of this is to keep people from falling through the cracks as they leave those shelters. So the focus of this one is to be a little bit more transitionary, as Jamie mentioned there. Case management, employment support, access to health care, making sure that those vulnerable women are not forgotten as they move out of those more immediate need crisis shelters.
Yeah, that's right. Now, Echo says they still will need to raise $300,000 more dollars to support this program. So if you are interested in helping out and you want to donate to that, we have a link on 14news.com. But Haley Kirby is going to have more on this tonight, speaking with officials about the need for this and if people do want to help out those women in recovery, that ways they're able to do that.
Very cool cause there. Now for our second story, taking another very close look at a tri-state legend that we have gotten to know so well over the past few years, Lily King. She is swimming at the USA Swimming Toyota National Championships in Indy.
Yeah, that's right. So she's been there, of course, a few days. It all started on Tuesday. Last night, she placed first in the 50-meter breaststroke finals. This morning, she was back in the pool again. She placed second in the 100-meter heats. And then looking ahead, the finals are tonight. So she'll get back in the pool a little bit later today. Now, the fun thing here is with her win in that 50-meter that she raced yesterday, that allows her to go to the World Championships. That's next month in Singapore. Very cool.
Now, the other thing about that, how do they turn around so fast?
That's a lot of swimming.
I've been running like once a week. And I
Oh
feel
my
like I'm never ready.
goodness.
They had that earlier today, the finals later today. My goodness, that's why she's an Olympian. Now, as we know, if she does make it to go to the competition in Singapore, well, we know she will, but after that competition in Singapore, that will mark the end of her swimming career. Now, the Wrights graduate has 6 Olympic medals already, and half of them are gold. And we are going to be able to learn a whole lot about this from our 14 News Connection up there.
Yeah, that's right. Our 14 Sports director, Max Parker, is actually on his way to Indy. He is going to be live there tonight. We are hoping that he can talk to Lily King. Of course, as we said, this is like the last few steps that she gets to take to really tie up this wonderful career with a bow here. So, of course, her last meet in front of a Hoosier crowd there in Indy, of course, saying goodbye to all of her fans, and then she goes to Singapore, and that is it for our Olympian. So, bittersweet moment, I would imagine, but we are so proud of her. Of course, our own tri-state Olympian. Very cool.
It's been so fun to have someone from the tri-state be so successful.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for that to end.
I know. She's our
ready for
claim
us.
to fame, and I'm
I
like, we need
know.
someone next.
Oh my God. So we were thinking about this a little bit earlier, especially if you had the chance to meet Lily King. She is so
Oh, she is.
She's an incredibly kind person, really fun to talk to. And that you kind of forget, like, this is a multi-medal-winning Olympian. So we were thinking, if you felt like there was an event that you could take gold in, what would it be? And I'm pretty sure mine would be quoting the first 3 seasons of SpongeBob.
Oh my
It's a
gosh.
gift. I didn't seek out greatness. It was thrust upon me, but I could
Okay.
make Team USA proud.
I feel like I would be like the gold medalist in like baking cookies. That's really my thing. And I don't mess up a chocolate chip cookie. So I think I would take gold there. If not, my other thing would be like making labels. I love to organize, so I would probably win gold in label making.
Yeah, I mean,
if these were real things.
I was going to say, my secondary event is definitely singing Weird Al songs from memory. And those two combined don't paint a super generous picture of me as not a huge dork. But,
Well, we know you,
do what
Rob.
can.
We know you.
That's
It's
fair.
okay.
You know. You all know.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all so much for joining us
Yes.
this afternoon. Of course, we are going to be back this evening, 4, 5, and 6, and then again at 10 with even more information, a deeper dive on all the things we've already talked about today.
Yeah, that's right. And of course, we will keep you posted on today and tomorrow's 14 First Alert Weather Day as well tonight on 14 News. But that's going to do it today. Have a great afternoon.